What's up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers video review. And the figure today that we're going to be reviewing is the Transformers Studio Series Overload. This is it, guys. This is the last piece of my Devastator puzzle. This is Leader Class Studio Series figure. It's interesting. He seems to come in a case assortment with a repack of Scavenger, the big wheel guy that Optimus Prime killed like in the first, 10 minutes of Revenge of the Fallen. Well, I guess it was more like 15 minutes, but in the beginning of that movie. Anyhow, it seems to come with a repack of that, and I don't know why. Maybe somebody felt like they didn't have enough of it yet, but anyhow, so yes, Overload. He's red, and he's got like 4 arms, like I don't know. It's a weird figure, man. It's a weird looking figure, and it's a weird everything figure. It's a weird figure, but you know what? He's gonna turn into shorts, and that's probably what he's gonna stay for a while. But yeah, so here he is. Gosh, one of the things that I'm not always the biggest fan of ratchets, but like I kind of appreciate what they're used for. They make the figure more stable, and they also make it harder to pose. Like there's definitely some figures that I feel have got like a crap load of ratchets that don't need ratchets. Like for example, the Classics Megatron doesn't need any ratchets whatsoever, but like everything on him clicks, and I think that it makes the figure a lot worse. Whereas this guy, he could have used some ratchets in his hips, because he doesn't really like to stand, and he certainly doesn't like to pose. Like he's got the joints here to pose, but he just doesn't like posing. But anyhow, oh, he's got one thing. Hold on. But in terms of accessories, he comes with one thing and one thing only, and that is this Devastator part. You can clip it onto here. There's like a clip back here. I'm not sure if it really goes on this way or this way, but you like wedge it in here and it fits in there, and it doesn't really sit flush against anything. It sticks out, and then it's also a complete bitch to pull off, and it doesn't match his aesthetic either. So as though anybody in a Michael Bay movie really worries about looking pretty, right? Like all those robots are butt ugly. Anyhow, so let's get into his posability. So his head is on like a ball joint, but he doesn't have any back and forth, and he doesn't turn. So like it's technically a ball joint, I think, but it could just be a hinge. All he does is look up and down. He's got his arms. His arms are just a mess here. So you've got a big old ratchet right here, and then you've got another ratchet right here. I like to keep it 2 clicks down. And then he's got like another ratchet right here. And then he's got like a little joint here, and like a double jointed elbow thing here. Well, I guess maybe you can move it like this too if you really feel like it. And then he's got like a little hinge right here at his hand, and that's that arm. And then this arm moves on this little pivot just a little bit, and then it's got a hinge here. It could use a rotation right here, I feel, but it doesn't have one. Instead, it's got like an elbow that only moves it out, because there's no rotation. But there's a rotation here, and then he's got like a double jointed elbow at the end of his claw thing. Also, this claw, I feel, could have opened up. But I don't know. Stand back up. His guy's got the most like wussy ass hips ever. Anyhow, they slide forward that much, backwards that much. They go out for like the full Van Dam. All the way out. If you get this wheel out of the way. If you don't have the wheel out of the way, they'll move back like, 60% of a Van Dam. So if you want that extra 40%, just move that wheel forward. And I mean, it's not going to make the guy look any worse. It won't make him look any better, but it won't make him look any worse. But I mean, it's not like you're going to be posing him that way anyhow. You can move this knee just a little bit. He does have a knee joint in here. I think he's got... No, I thought he had like a hinge down here. No. So he's got a knee joint for like less than 90 degrees of bend. He's got an ankle tilt for like a hell amount of ankle tilt. And that's it. And like I said, because the hips are like super weird, they don't really want to cooperate with you when you try to pose them around. So like, if you have the feet solid, they'll stay, I think. Oh, I forgot to mention he does have a rotation. Not a whole lot of rotation, but enough, I guess. So you can pose him, but like because of his head can't really turn. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. I got it to turn a little bit. Jeez, that's ridiculous. That's super tight. Like it looks up and down just fine, but like... So, yeah. There's the dude. In fact, while I've got him here, I'm gonna retake my thumbnail picture. Bam, done. Anyhow, let's get him transformed up. So to do this, what you want to do is you want to take his arms here, and you want to fold this little claw part around, so that it's just like this is in line with his arm. You want to move it just past in line, and bring it around and tuck it into this little space. This space right in here. So you want to tuck that little arm into that space, and it'll fit in. And then you want to take this arm and bring it around and bring this claw back like that. And then this little peg right here is going to plug into that hole right there. And there's two different holes here. I'm suspecting that one of them is for combined mode and the other one is for vehicle mode. But you want to plug it into the one that's closest to his shoulder. Plug that in like so. And then when that's lined up, you'll get this little tab here on the elbow will kind of sit into the, like there's a little divot in there. And then straighten out his arm like so and bend it like that. And that's his arm basically done. Let's do it with the other arm. So take this, bend it right here, fold it in, and fold that in. Shoop, like so. And then bend this up and plug it into, like I said, there's these two holes here. You want to plug it into the one closest to the shoulder. And then this little, it's not even really a tab, but that plugs into this little divot thing. Bring that up, rotate that, and then come here, fold this in like that, unclip this from there, unpeg this. This little thing is a peg that, holy smokes, is already losing paint. I've only transformed this once. It's already getting major paint rub in there. Great. Anyhow, unclip that from there. This little doohickey slides over, and then this tab plugs into that slot, like so. And then you can take these and you can click them up, and then they'll just kind of, there's like a series of pegs and tabs, but they'll all go home really easily. So now coming up to the front here, you want to grab his head and yank on it. That'll untab it from here. And that will allow you to take his whole body and click it. Oh yeah, there's a little, I didn't notice this the first time. There's a little divot in this hinge. And so you got to put that all the way down before that'll articulate. But to do his legs, basically what you do is bring this up, bring his heel all the way around, rotate his ankle tilt all the way, and then you just like straighten out his legs, and then you bring this around. There's a tab on the inside. It's not even a real tab. It's just like a kind of semblance of a tab. And this right here will kind of home in on this slot right there, like that. And you'll know it's in the right place because this little feature will line up here. This little gray part and this red part, they'll line up. So there's one leg all done. Do the same on the other leg. So heel, ankle tilt, fold that in, straighten out the leg, bring this in until those line up. And then basically at this point, your legs will tab together. And then you're left with this little slot here. And this, you've got these little tabs down here will kind of plug into this slot right here. But other than that, it just kind of fits and seats fairly well. Massage everything into place. There we go. And then last but not least, you just want to take these, fold them down. There's a little tab right here that'll fit into this empty spot for the mushroom peg. Boom. And boom. And there is overload in his vehicle mode. And he's got 6 wheels and he rolls just fine. No rotation or articulation in that at all. It's just, it's like a big dump truck thing, but like, it's, I don't know. Is this a real like mining vehicle? Because I've never seen anything like it. It's like a dump truck, kind of, but like the dump truck is all, instead of being on top, it's like in the back. I don't know. It's super weird. You can take this and you got these little tabs right here. You can just kind of like squeeze it a little bit and tab the tabs into right back here, just forward of these claws, and then just kind of like plug in like that. But again, it looks dumb and it doesn't add to his, like, it's included with this guy, with this figure, but it doesn't do anything for this figure whatsoever. So yeah, overload in his vehicle mode. This figure costs like $50 because he's a leader class figure, but I mean, at this point, nobody is getting this figure because they're like, wow, Overload looks so cool with like his 4 arms and complete lack of ratchets in his hips. So cool. I want to get it just for that. No, nobody's like that. Everybody's like, oh, thank God. I got the shorts for Devastator. I can finally make that thing, and he can stand on my shelf. So that's what you're getting him for, and I'll have to see how that works out. I have not actually combined it or played with that yet. But anyhow, thanks everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. Stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya.